Good morning, my friends. I hope that you might be enjoying this traveling through Rumi's thoughts on living this life through the lens of love and compassion in our interpersonal relationships with others, be they close or far away, be they dear friends or partners, or be they even people we have never met. We've had a lot of anger and fury and hatred circulating in the world around us, and it is tiring. I hope you were able to practice at times yesterday and simply be like the dead, still, quiet, but since you are alive, also mindful and watching your mind and what it does with that fury. And so today we move to the next advice. And now let us be seated. Sitting upright in your chair and allowing it to support you. Back and from all the parts beneath you. Feel the chair enfolding your presence and holding you steady. It has become so familiar that sometimes slipping into quiet breathing seems to come almost naturally. So let us breathe that one full in-breath all the way up to fill your body to where it cannot take in any more air. Hold it and then breathe out slowly until you are completely empty. And then allow your breath to gently be in your belly in its own quiet rhythm. And allow your eyes to close and the tension to be released from your forehead. And so our next advice for today goes like this. In modesty and humility, be like the soil. What would it mean to you, in mindful reflection, to be humble, like the earth, like the soil beneath us? Humble, and yet fertile, changeable, welcoming, nourishing all life forms that grow out of her, the earth. In modesty and humility, be like the soil. The soil holds steady through rain and dryness, through assaults with shovels and gentle smoothing by those who plant so that she can nourish those plants. There's nothing particularly striking about soil, and yet when it comes to the force of creation, of new life and nourishment of it, the soil does not call attention to itself, and yet it contains and nourishes all the qualities of the seeds that are planted in it, and withstands the blessings and the curses of how people treat it with equanimity, reforming itself, and we might even say, if we were to personify the soil, having no need to announce its own wonderfulness. In modesty and humility, be like the soil. Reflect on this. Reflect on this if it were part of your own mindful way of living. To be like the soil in modesty and humility. Noticing that the soil is not in any way passive. It nourishes, gives, holds, and grows the things that are planted into it. And remains receptive. Reflecting on this, consider knowing yourself, what this might look like in you, what it might feel like to be like the soil, in modesty and humility, neither calling attention to yourself nor withdrawing, but instead becoming a part of the next phase of growth in the world around you, receptive, willing, and modest in that way that we can be only when we know in our heart, mind, and spirit that we are created just the way we are, and that is enough, especially if we can be like the soil. What would that be like for you? At a time when you felt perhaps insulted, unnoticed, when you worked very hard to bring about an outcome and not even had it mentioned. No thanks, no appreciation. Remaining constant in that kind and open. Can you get a feel for what mindfulness practice brings to this experience of being like the soil, modest and humble, mindfully aware of the absence of appreciation, and perhaps letting go of any hurt about that, and like the soil, accepting in deep quiet and quietly absorbing all the elements and nutrients of life with a commitment to nourish all life forms that can possibly be nourished by the soil that you are. In modesty and humility, be like the soil. Where in your life might you want to practice that? The combination of mindful awareness of yourself just as you are, all your gifts, all your flaws, all your capacity to nourish, and seeking the kind of modesty that makes it unnecessary for anyone or anything other than those things that are being nourished by you to notice. Where in your life might you want to bring the modesty and humility of being like the soil? Reflect on this as you quietly breathe, steady and constant, like the soil. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I am steady. Breathing in, I know I am alive. Breathing out, I know I can nourish without ever being noticed. It's part of my journey in this life. Take it with you, my friends, as you go out. Namaste. Amen.